Hi, I'm Zanele Maduna, the CEO and founder at No-Valo Learning Center. It is important for one to have a clearly defined golden circle, because remember, when it comes to the golden circle, it's your why in business, your what, as well as your how. So before you take that leap from corporate into entrepreneurship, it's really important for you to clearly define what is your why. Because if you don't have that why, you will end up mimicking what you saw in the corporate world, or even mimicking what you've seen other entrepreneurs do. But then what I've realized from my journey as well is that when it comes to the what as well as the how, these are the things that you can actually do whilst you are in corporate before you take the leap. For example, when it comes to the what, this can be your side gig on the side that you can test out whilst you're in corporate, because I did the same. And then when it comes to the how, usually how the how is perfected is when you gather the feedback from your clients. So once you have that, you're good to go. It was important for us to clearly distinguish between No-Valo Learning Center and No-Valo Foundation, because at No-Valo, our why is to break the cycle of poverty through education. But then we knew that we have to do it in two ways. So at the Learning Center, it's like we are teaching the men how to fish so that they can be able to prosper. But then in the foundation, we are also leaving space so that we can give the fish to those who are still coming up. And by saying that, when it comes to the Learning Center, we are an accredited skills development provider that specializes in study skills, psychosocial skills, as well as work readiness training. So through that, that's where we are actually educating the youth so that they can break that cycle of poverty. But then when it comes to the foundation, this is where we run our hunger alleviation drop-offs as well as the library renovations. So we are helping those that are still coming up. At No-Valo, in practice, when it comes to us breaking the cycle of poverty, this is how we see it. From the No-Valo Learning Center side, what we do is that we partner with bursary funds, scholarships, higher learning institutions, as well as employers, so that we can help reduce the dropout rates, as well as increase throughput rates and prepare the students for the workplace. So with that means that we can now help the students actually break the cycle of poverty from their own homes. When it comes to the foundation side, this is where we do help those that are in grade 12 with the groceries, so that if they are not studying in an empty stomach, then they'll be able to prosper past their grade 12, even further their studies, and break the cycle of poverty from their homes. Sure. The biggest lesson that I have learned from entrepreneurship, especially from building something that truly lasts, is valuing people, truly investing in people. Because I realized in my journey that it is really all about me nurturing my relationships with my stakeholders, with my employees, and with the end users as well. Because as you can imagine, now as a CEO at No-Valo, all I do is to really worry around getting the great talent into No-Valo, but also really making sure that whilst we are having that talent as well, we invest in the talent so that they can deliver great results for our stakeholders as well. I truly believe that my journey as a CA has contributed to where I am now. For example, what we do at No-Valo is academic performance coaching. And I was firstly introduced to academic performance coaching in 2011 when I started studying as a CA, and I was funded by Tutuka, of which they gave me a performance coach. So that's where I actually fell in love with performance coaching. And fast forward in my journey, after qualifying as a CA, because of the challenges that I had experienced myself and the ones that I had seen other students experience even when I was a lecturer, then I realized that actually with me combining my skill set as a CA as well as my certification in coaching, I can actually come up with something that can even help the upcoming CAs as well. So I would say that from the skill set part of it, it does help when it comes to the finance of the business, understanding the finance of the business, really knowing when it comes to, you know, how the business works. But then at the same time as well, the journey itself has really contributed to me understanding that it can be hard for a student to actually pass their undergrad or postgrad, and now I'm actually part of a solution when it comes to that. When you are passionate about something, it's really challenging to separate yourself from work. As a performance coach, I do try to have some sort of balance. I do have a great community. I have a beautiful dog. She's amazing. But then at the same time, when it comes to the why that we stand for, it's literally in me. So whenever I'm sleeping, wherever I am, I'm always thinking about how do we add value to our partners, because we know with us adding that value, it's going to change lives. Realistically, because I've seen so many entrepreneurs on YouTube, on Instagram, whereby it feels like, oh, I'm just hopping on planes, I'm having fun because I'm an entrepreneur and I have flexibility. It depends. If your dream is this big and you actually want to help thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of people, then you can't stop thinking about it. Whether you are eating, whether you are sleeping, you are always thinking about how you can change even more lives.